Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Virtually Seeing the World. In this episode, we will be exploring the city of Perth in Australia. We'll be having a look all the way around the major landmarks, bridges, and whatever else we see in this area of Perth. See the world! Today we'll be touring the city of Perth in Australia. We're just taking off and we will fly south-southwest towards the sea. One of the many interesting facts about Perth is that it has the most millionaires per capita. So if you want to get rich, maybe this is the place for you. Just as we're approaching, you can see the massive industrial area called Welshpool, just south of the airport. There's another little interesting fact from history. Between 1850 and 1868, 9,721 convicts were brought to Western Australia on 43 convict-shipped voyages from mainly England. The transportation itself ceased in 1868, but it was many years until the colony ceased to have any convicts in its care. A lot of the convicts were used to build a lot of the cities in Australia, a lot of the land work, mining, and so on. If you look to the left, you can see the Canning River Regional Park, and just sort of straight ahead, the river opens up. It's called Canning River, and then it joins the other river called the Swan River. The bridge you can see is called the Mount Henry Bridge. Another cruel fact from history. From 1927 until 1954, Indigenous Australian people were prohibited from entering most of Perth under penalty of imprisonment. The ban was lifted in 1954. Although the Aboriginals lived here for many thousands of years, the first European documented sighting of the present-day Perth region was on 10th January of 1697 by a Dutch captain called Willem de Vlaming. They initially explored the area on foot, reaching what is now central Perth. And they named the river running through the area Zwarte Zwijn River in Dutch, which means Swan River in English, after the black swans of the area. If you look straight ahead in the distance, you will see the port of Fremantle. It is the main Perth port. We're just exploring South Fremantle, and we'll soon be turning right, overflying South Beach and then heading up north again. In 1962, Perth received global media attention when all the city residents lit their house lights and street lights as American astronaut John Glenn passed overhead while orbiting the Earth on Friendship 7. This led to Perth being nicknamed the City of Light. The city repeated the act as Glenn passed overhead on the space shuttle again in 1998. And once again you can see the port of Fremantle, the River Swan, and just north of the river is North Fremantle, and we will turn right and head towards the city centre and have a look at some tall buildings. Straight ahead is the Mosman Park Golf Club. And just ahead is the Matilda Bay Reserve and the Royal Perth Yacht Club. So if you have a boat, this is the place. Straight ahead is the Narrows Bridge. Straight ahead you'll see the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre. It is Western Australia's only purpose-built convention centre. It can seat 2,500 people in a theatre or cater to 5,000 delegates. If you look at the top left corner of the map, you can just make out the Supreme Court of Western Australia and the Government House. And straight ahead you see the third tallest office tower in Perth. It has 50 stories. It's called 108 St. George's Terrace, or also known as South 32 Tower. As we descend, you can see straight ahead the Perth Arena, also known as the RAC Arena. It's used mostly for entertainment and basketball and can seat 15,500 people. And let's turn right and go back and explore the three tallest buildings in Perth. As we come back for a second pass, straight ahead you can see the Perth Arena. To the left you can see the building we just talked about, the third tallest building, South 32. In the center you've got Central Park, the tallest building, measuring at 249 meters. Also known as Rio Tinto, who is the main tenant. It's a mining company. And on the right you have got the second tallest building called the Brookfield Place Tower, or BHP, who is also the main tenant and is also a mining company. Measures at 244 meters tall. Here's a little lucky gem I just found in Flight Simulator. The Adnate Perth Art Series 5-star hotel with a lovely exterior, and it's modeled quite well in Flight Simulator. You can have a look on Google Maps as well and see it, how beautiful it looks. Most of the buildings ahead are 4- and 5-star hotels. And we're about to get very up close and personal with WACA, the Western Australian Cricket Association, hosting Perth Scorchers for cricket. Here's quite a massive resort. You've got the Crown Towers Perth Hotel, the Crown Towers Casino, and the Crown Theatre. So a lot of entertainment around here. And towards the right you can see the Belmont Park Racecourse, and straight ahead is the Optus Stadium, hosting the West Coast Eagles Football Club. The Optus Stadium opened in 2018. It can seat up to 70,000 people during a concert. And speaking of concerts, some of the names that have appeared in the past include Eminem, U2, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, and others. I want to thank you for exploring Australia with me. And till next time, bye bye.